Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me, reviewing The Ultimatum Season 3, Episode 7. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So, it's time for the couples to what are they doing? Reunite. Mercy. And at the changeover, Scotty thinks that Zaina was being petty during their argument. The man who was sitting on the toilet yelling at her in the other room about her bringing her phone into the bathroom at 1 a.m. texting she's the petty one. I'm sure she might have said some petty things, but I can almost guarantee it was in response to your behavior. But okay. JR then chimes in and he's like, well, you don't think you might have said something that came across petty? Oh, the sassy man apocalypse continues. The both of them. Ooh, Lord, Zaina, girl, what's up with your picker, honey? Lord. Then we have Caleb, who says that he had a great time because he showed up authentically, and Arya also did the same, so they were able to forge a great connection. Arya says that her feelings on marriage haven't changed. However, she can better articulate why she's not ready to get married to Scotty right now. This conversation raises a flag for Maria. She's concerned that their relationship wasn't just a friendship. Girl. Okay. Then we have Nick, who says he had a hard time in the process, and we know that that started from the kiss. Now, the kiss is new information for Zaina, and this all just turns into a problem.
And I freaked.
I've never heard this, so I'm just so curious.
I came here to get answers.
But I
Can I
think,
finish?
actually, no.
I have never felt Sandy was going anywhere. There's nothing wrong in your behavior. It doesn't change that it hurts.
This man, JR, said, if we came in with boundaries, I wouldn't have come at all. Oh, so you came to smash. Okay. You're basically confirming that you came here to do whatever you wanted to do and have no repercussions for it. And we know that, the repercussions part, because he then says, I didn't know you were testing me. I came to give the experiment a try. So you mean to tell me you thought you could just come in, while out, and not be held accountable? Not be asked, not be pulled up on your behavior. You just... Okay. As the British say, JR is a piss take. Because why does this man proceed to say, and then I met Sandy's mom, that's a big deal. Because you don't really meet people until something is really serious in a relationship. And, she even invited me over for Christmas, and I might take her up on that. Stop it. You're actually doing the most. So things go from bad to worse because JR starts throwing jabs at Zaina. So more subliminal, but with Nick, it was very direct. And obviously, Nick did not like that.
Made me feel heard, supported. You're like the best active listener I've ever experienced in my life. I know that you went through hell dealing with the ex that kept...
It was just me. You're right, just me. You know that's not true.
Who else was it?
You.
Let you know that I missed you, of course.
Okay, so what's the difference?
Calling me 100 times or texting me 100 times or showing up at my apartment.
All right, drama,
There's
drama,
a very big drama.
Y'all let me know where you stand on this. So Nick believes that Sandy's text to him saying that she misses him is the same as him incessantly blowing her up week after week. Sweetie, that's not the same thing. Not to me, at least. I think it's okay for her to acknowledge, no, I do miss you. We had a whole relationship. I'm not just going to completely ice you out of my life and feel no way about it. But for him to be calling her, hanging up, calling her, hanging up, calling her, hanging up, calling the friends because he got blocked, then calling the dog because they got blocked. No. Absolutely not the same thing. Now, when it comes to the whole JR situation, I still believe that Nick came in having some weird one-sided vendetta with JR. I do believe that. Now, as the experiment kept going on, I do think that it did become personal between JR and Nick. Because how are you gonna bring this woman into the process? We're doing what the process calls for, and now you're making it hard for both of us. No, I am gonna play in your face. That's where I stand. I don't think it was always personal like Nick believes, but it definitely became personal after a while. JR could be more empathetic to Nick's situation. It is a lot. even if he had his partner in here, but he didn't have a partner. Vanessa up and left, right? So he's gonna have a hard time. He wanted to marry this woman, and now that looks like it's, up in the air. So with that, I do think JR could have been a little more understanding. However, Nick's crash outs were too much. The pulling up at the door, the screaming in his apartment, the incessant calling, that's insane. When they get to their apartment, Nick continues to break down. He tells Sandy, I'm broken without you.
We're fucking broken without you. You and I have the most deep spiritual connection of anybody I've ever met in my life. That's why I was like, this is my soulmate. This is the person I'm supposed to be with for the rest of my life. Like, the way that I watched you interact with JR, that's how you used to interact with me. You're my person, and
I understand that, but it did feel possessive and controlling.
And through this torture, I lost myself.
Yeah, you really fucking hurt me. You really, really hurt me.
I'm so in love with you. I've always seen a future with you. And if I continue with any of these thoughts or behaviors, I will walk away so you don't ever have to deal with it. And I'm not trying to love bomb you, baby. I've always been in love with you.
I don't know what he says to this woman behind closed doors, but from what we've seen, Nick makes it seem like his stability is contingent on Sandy's love for him. As long as you love me, as long as you stick around, I'll be okay. But if you leave me, I'll be ruined. I'll be broken. I don't know how to live without you. Stop. That is so heavy. He's so overbearing, so codependent. And it's a thin line too, because it is great to see somebody in a partnership be like, no, I love you down. I don't play about you. I need you, you need me. That stuff is great to hear. But the way in which Nick expresses that, it almost makes it seem like, if you leave me, I don't know what I will do. I don't know what I'll do to myself. I don't know what, It's like his mental health is weighing in the balance of whether or not Sandy's going to keep him in her life. And that's just not fair. I also find it intriguing that Nick is perpetuating this toxic cycle that he has already exposed. He says he gets comfortable in relationships, he stops showing up, and then when his relationship is on the brink of ending, he starts to go into this tailspin. And here he is doing it again. And I'm thinking, this toxic cycle is only going to continue until he gets some help in managing his emotions. Sir, this is not healthy. It's not healthy at all. If you want to fight so badly for this relationship, why not actually just show up? Why not be the person you have to be to not make these women want to continue to leave you? This is a pattern in your current relationship, in your past relationship, probably the one before that too. You don't show up enough. And then you're shocked every time when they want to leave you. Just be better. Just be better. And also accept if they leave you, that's their prerogative. Sandy decides to put their sex life on ice until he changes his behavior a little bit. I think for right now, it's for the best because, and he was even like, well, I'll just eat you out. It's okay. She's like, no, it's okay. They were laughing, but yeah, she's good off him for the moment. Aria tells Scotty that things between them have been very serious lately, and she just wants to have fun with him again.
Just how much laughter we had,
My career is important, but also my own happiness is also important. We both work a lot. You spend your weekends working.
You do definitely take the time and energy to plan dates.
Is that something he wasn't doing? I also just feel like there's no physical connection. I know what you look like.
He's for sure attracted to me. Emotional connection that I built with him throughout the process, that made me feel deeper.
Aria, go get your man back. Go get your man back. Go back to Mr. Caleb, okay? Granted, apparently Caleb could work on the romance department. He doesn't really plan dates like that. I can see it though, because he's still with someone. Why is he going to make this more romantic than it needs to be? So, maybe outside of the experiment, things would have been different. But yeah, she needs somebody who's softer, who is more emotionally present, who's able to handle her emotions better. And Scotty is just not that guy at all. Mariah is excited to be back with Caleb, but has concerns about how deep the connection is between Caleb and Aria.
It felt nice when you kissed my forehead. That was nice. I think after girls' night, hearing her spew so many things that she's felt safe, she's felt comfortable. She even expressed you have the qualities of a husband that she's looking for. Could this potentially be more than friendship of what has been communicated back and forth? Someone isn't being all that forthcoming.
Wouldn't you agree?
Of course, of course.
So, I mean,
of
I think
course.
that's just her noticing.
Do you find that she has the qualities of a wife that you're looking for?
Some qualities.
Didn't I say this 2 videos ago? The way that she was talking, you could tell, oh, she likes that man. She likes him. Mariah picked up on it. She was like, the way that she was talking about you, it's not just friendship. And here, Caleb, I don't want to go as far as to say he was gaslighting her, but he was like, well, you see husband qualities in me too. So of course she would see it. Like, don't you see it? Don't. Caleb is out here trying to downplay his relationship. He didn't explicitly say it's more than friends, but even the way that he talks, you could tell that it was more than friends. And he's going to expose himself a little bit later. Like a light exposed, but still exposed. I don't blame Mariah for feeling on edge about their connection. He just seemed so in it. And that's hard to shut off. You can't just be like, oh, well, 3 weeks are done. Let's just move on like it never happened. Like, even Arya was like, we did build some core memories together. I think that's going to be a hard relationship for him to shake off. As their first trial marriage week is going, she's going to keep bringing it up. And he's going to continue to get frustrated with her. I think that she has the right to keep bringing it up because he does not want to admit to anything more than a platonic relationship. And it's like, come on, like, it's not like you fell in love with her. You don't have to say that. But just admit that, yeah, you guys did build a strong bond within that short amount of time and it took you off guard. Like, I think that that's okay to admit, especially because you're going to go home and watch it on TV anyways. You might as well admit it now than have to explain it later. But yeah, he's remaining tight-lipped. She's going to continue to ask. She then wants him to be a little bit more affectionate. And he's like, nah, I feel like we still have issues to work through. I'm not really there yet. Okay. Zaina is upset because she did not know that JR and Sandy had been kissing. Well, actually, she didn't know about the one kiss. And then in this conversation, she finds out it was more than one kiss.
I'm sorry that you had to find out that way.
With like no context, like I didn't know, like. Was there like anything else that happened between y'all?
We kissed twice. The second time she came on to me.
Y'all cuddled every night?
Definitely not every night.
Did anything happen behind closed doors?
No, it happened. We kissed twice. We caught feelings.
Do you currently have feelings for Sandy
we
right now?
Broke up. It's over.
Now, we know they've kissed at least 3 times. 3 times were documented. We don't know what else they were doing when the cameras weren't rolling. We don't know. So he is still not being honest about all that they got up to, but he's making it seem like that was what it was. Now that it's over, he doesn't plan on pursuing it ever again. I don't know. So I personally have had a change of heart regarding JR and Sandy's connection. I do think they still wanted to smash, but I think that they developed something deeper than just wanting to smash. However, JR is making it seem like, you know, the 3 weeks were an isolated situation. He doesn't plan on going back and exploring that ever again. Don't buy it. Don't buy it at all. Still believe that it was some kind of conquest for him in the beginning, but as time went on, feelings were developing. He even said that feelings developed. You're just going to shut that off now that, you know, the clock ran out? I don't know. Arya and Scotty reflect on their time in the experiment so far, and it sounds to me like the Scotty we've seen on the show is the Scotty that Arya experiences on a daily.
My first trial marriage with Caleb. I wanted the self-awareness. I want the dynamic of us, that back and forth banter.
It made me question some things like, do we do that? And I do think there was a point where you got kind of lost in it. That person that you spent 3 weeks with does not have all of the emotional baggage that our relationship carries.
I didn't want to be married to someone who never sees where they can be better. You're always trying to explain yourself. Sometimes it didn't feel like you cared.
I don't buy this friendship bullshit. I don't buy it at all, period. Let me finish. You don't let me share my feelings. And then you expect me to be vulnerable with you. Like, that's not how vulnerability works. Because I feel like whenever I'm trying to explain something to you, you want to defend yourself. And I don't, if you want to defend yourself,
I just never said
yourself.
friendship.
You have to allow someone to share what they're feeling. It's not easy to bring these kinds of conversations up.
Scotty's defensiveness is so off-putting for me. He always needs to explain it. He always needs to give a reason. He always needs to elaborate more. Like, it's okay to just admit, hey, I hurt you and I'm sorry. Not even, I'm sorry if I hurt you and I am sorry. And here are the ways that I'm going to handle our relationship better going forward. You know, like, just say that. So I learned of a term recently. It's called, like, I broke the egg. And it's where you just accept fault for the thing that you did instead of trying to explain it away. So he could just say, I hurt you. Or in other words, I broke the egg. And I don't need to know how you were holding it. I don't need to know, oh, I accidentally, but you broke the egg. So there are two couples really struggling with this changeover, which is crazy because how long were y'all with your initial partner? And you're struggling to live with them for 3 weeks. That's crazy. But anyways, Sandy gets really emotional because she feels like this process is so emotionally like overstimulating, and she does struggle to ask for support. And Nick's response to that is, oh, but you don't struggle to express yourself when you're angry. Okay, but here she is literally asking for support, and that's your rebuttal. It doesn't surprise me that she does struggle to ask for support before that, because here you are showing that you want to bring up, oh, but when you're mad. Okay, is that what we're talking about right now? No, it's not. But his argument is, if you would express yourself when you're sad instead of just always expressing yourself when you're mad, maybe I can help you so that you don't get mad. Sure. But right now she's literally telling you she needs support. You can just provide it. The other couple struggling is Mariah and Caleb. She feels like no matter what she says, Caleb gets on the defense feeling like he's not good enough.
It's not been an easy experience so far. Sometimes I don't feel like you meet me in a place of understanding of why I'm communicating certain things when I express myself.
You don't find them as solution-oriented?
It's not that I don't think you're solution-oriented, no. You often will take it completely one way, which is just like you're always lacking in something. And then I just feel like it is hard to get through to you.
So I do believe that Mariah can be critical in their relationship. She just seems like that type of person, especially because she's 24 and she's so eager for marriage. I do think that there are some things that she's harping on that in the grand scheme of things aren't as important if she just had more like life experience, relationship experience, you know what I'm saying? But I also believe that Caleb does have an inferiority complex. He doesn't feel like he's good enough. He told us that. He told the cameras that. He doesn't feel like he would be a good enough husband, which makes him think that he wouldn't be a good enough father. And it's like, until you start to believe in yourself, everything that is a critique, whether it's positive or negative, it's going to sound like an attack. You know what I'm saying? So it makes me think of, what's his name? Oh, I forget his name, but I was calling him the Freaky Frog. From Love is Blind. I'm just gonna call him the Freaky Frog, guys. I forget his name. But the Freaky Frog, he had the same pattern in his previous relationship. He didn't feel like he was good enough. So he purposefully, emotionally cheated and got caught so that the relationship would end. Then on Love is Blind, he emotionally, I would say that was emotional cheating, deliberately got caught so that the relationship would end again. A man who doesn't believe in himself is going to continue to self-sabotage. So the couples meet up for the first time since the changeover, and we finally addressed the tattoo thing. So yesterday, one of you guys were like, oh, by the way, they have a matching tattoo. I was like, huh? And then one of the first TikToks I saw was that they, in fact, have the same tattoo. Now, I thought that scene was absolutely useless. I only brought it up in the last video because I had nothing else to talk about and I needed to fill up the time. Come to find out, it is a lot more important than I initially thought, because this man is out here making it seem like, oh, it was just an accident.
Oh, wait, tell them about your tattoo, babe.
Should we get matching tattoos?
Me and Nick have matching tattoos.
No shit.
What? Is that new?
Yes, I got it
while I was here.
Sandy said, I knew I chose JR for a reason.
He knows how much Sandy loved being with me, but then he's probably trying to copy off of me. And so he's like, I'm gonna get the same tattoo on my arm. And he made up a cool story like it was an accident, you know? I set the standard. It's okay if you wanna be like me, Nick.
I'm with JR on this one. I am. And I'm just gonna say, it's giving Get Out. It's giving I wanna be you. I wanna be in your skin. Like, what? You got the same tattoo in a similar area as well, in the same language. Nah, you're giving scary. Very, very scary. Aria and Caleb and Sandy and JR clearly missed their trial marriage partners. They cannot hide it to save their life.
Caleb can't flirt.
I just 4 nights out of the last week, all I see is dark hair next to me. I'm like, holy shit, is this Arya? I woke up in the middle of the night thinking I had fallen asleep next to Arya naked.
Are you making her breakfast?
Yeah, I'm putting the toilet seat down.
I don't believe that you're putting the toilet seat down. I do not believe that.
But Zaina keeps saying, like, Sandy, any conversation we have, she's like, there's no connection, like.
No, I did not say that there's no connection.
Were we just playing house, or was there really something there?
That's why he's really upset. He knows that there's a genuine connection there.
Arya, your friend. Okay. Anyways, let's move on from you, Caleb. Not too much on you, because I still like you, but like, okay. JR is also having issues with Sandy because she's portraying their relationship as like strictly platonic, nothing serious, whatever. He kind of was trying to do the same thing too with Zaina, but at least he admitted that they did develop feelings. He just is going to lock up those feelings and throw it away. So yeah, he's wondering if she was being genuine with him. Yeah, I don't know. Like, where do you stand? Do you want to pursue things with her? Do you not want to? Because you made it seem like you didn't want to. Maybe you were saving face in front of Zaina, but now you're butthurt that she's making it. She's downplaying it and stuff. Like, what do you want? Do you want Sandy? Do you want Zaina? Like, what is it? And also, one of you guys pointed this out, and now I cannot unsee it. So there's been like talks that Zaina looks like Cardi B. I'm like, yeah, I could see that one. When one of y'all said was it Ashley Tisdale or Vanessa? No, Ashley Tisdale. I'm like, this is the Black Ashley Tisdale. They look exactly the same. So the episode ends with Black Ashley Tisdale and the crash out. The episode ends with Zaina and Nick commiserating about their partners getting a lot deeper than they had made it seem. And this seemed like a moment for Nick to be like, oh, it's okay, I got you. But it actually backfired in his face.
First of all, I wanted to apologize for the changeover and the way that came up.
The second time was initiated by her.
Did you have a nice time tonight?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been completely honest with me.
Did she tell you about the second kiss? I kind of wanted to wait to tell you everything just because of how you reacted to the first kiss.
Oh.
You never directly asked me, like, if anything else happened. Me and JR, we went to the jacuzzi after, and...
Oh, so this wasn't in the same date. Okay, I need a minute.
Okay, let me just talk to you, baby, please.
Glad to know this is what you do when you're mad at me.
Babe?
Please don't touch me.
Okay.
Be interesting to see what I do when I'm upset with you.
Okay.
You're such a liar.
And I know that you're really fucking pissed at me, and...
I don't want to talk to you at all.
There is no part of me that wasn't gonna tell you this. There is...
When? After we got engaged?
I thought the worst thing tonight was that I had the same fucking tattoo as JR, but...
Nah, Nick scares me. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm actually terrified. He scares me. Scotty scares me. Now, in Nick's defense, Sandy, you know you dead wrong for playing the semantics game. Let's not do that. Oh, but you didn't ask me explicitly. I cannot stand when people do that. Am I gonna know every single question to the T that I need to ask to get a specific answer out of you? No. Which is why if you've been subscribed and you watch more videos than just like one specific show, you've heard me say I value transparency over honesty. Because to me, honesty is, hey, did you do this? Yes or no, whatever the truthful answer is. Transparency is, I don't even have to ask you. You come to me and you say, hey, by the way, I wanna make sure that you know everything that's going on. Here's the deal. I need to ask you explicitly, how many times did you kiss him? Did you lean in to kiss him? Where was the location of this kiss? Stop it, man. Stop. Nah, Sandy, you dead wrong for that. And Nick is right. If y'all got proposed after the fact, you would have said it after y'all got engaged. If y'all got, what did I say? You would have admitted it after you were engaged, ideally. Nah, Sandy girl. Nah, I'm on your side for the most part, but that semantics game, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Nick is emotionally unstable. I'm sorry. The guy, like, yes, the process is hard. His behavior, though, it's very telling of how he is in real life. I'm so sorry. They're not forcing him to crash out. He's crashing out on his own volition. Like, I'm sorry. I fear Nick. I do. So we'll see what happens in the last episode of this batch. I can only assume it's going to be more chaos. Yeah. We'll see. Anyways, as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.